So, hello everybody. I'm Richard Gomez, back to the podcast version. So I stumbled. So I couldn't pronounce hello well. Anyway, that is because did I make mistakenly pronounce everybody? So I have just forgot what I pronounced. I had just forgot what I have pronounced anyway. So so I should this is my smartphone is far away from me. So I should bring this to a closer position anyway. So so you might have heard some tiny noise, but actually this is a sound. This was a sound of my shifting the position of smartphone to a closer one. So this way a sound was produced, and that is because if the smartphone was far away from me, so the my voice was the sound is going to get dwindled. What so that this smartphone is going to record smaller and lower voices than those of other episodes of my podcast, which is why so I brought the smartphone to a closer position to me anyway. So this is a frivolity. So this is a frivolity. So which is why so you can forget this beginning or this beginning part. So anyway, so hello everybody. I'm Richard Gong of Back to the podcast version. So in this time, so maybe you are going to listen to many digressions. And to start with, I'm thinking of talking about some stories which are not related to the main track or the mainstream of this episode. So not so so one of my defect in my speaking English is that so I speak out many times of but actually so there are other stuff to say, like so and let's see and others are, for example, so let's see so and I often say so for a long time, taking some time, but actually so I say many times, I say many times, so but actually so which is why so I'm essentially I'm trying to quit such a habit of frequently saying and instead I'm thinking of using so well has only one word compared to which has two words. So anyway, this is also a frivolity. So anyway, I should tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode, and I should I'm going to tell you the general understanding of this episode. So after which I'm thinking of talking about really meaningless stuff. So which is why so after listening to the main track of this episode, so I'm thinking of talking about many stories. Not many stories, but some stories which are not related to the title and the conclusion of this episode. And I'm thinking of I haven't told you this one, but actually sorry, I'm thinking of drinking an alcoholic drink. And this time I brought a cup, and I have already I was drinking a milk with this cup. So which is why, and I haven't released this cup. So which is why, so what I'm going to take into my body is a mixture or complex of milk and alcoholic drink. So not so well, I don't know what is going to happen. Anyway, this is a frivolity, just frivolity. So the fact that I frequently say is really frivolous. So which is why so it's fine that I frequently say so. Cheers! I'm going to open this can of booze. This is an ASMR part in which I'm pouring a booze into my cup. So cheers. There are many bubbles on the, so I maybe you can see this one, but actually, so there are bubbles, so there's a layer of bubbles having many bubbles, and those bubbles are getting collapsed, and I could see a transparent liquid in the cup. Taste is not so bad. To start with, I think this booze is a bitter type. This booze has a bitter taste, and this is also a brand of strong brand. So I frequently drink this brand of booze. Or booze. I frequently drink booze of this brand, and this time the density of alcohol is 9%, and the taste of this one is grapefruit anyway. So the title. Some pornstars hide their own faces because of the environment, according to the Guns, Germs, and Steel. So anyway, so from where should I start? Okay, so first of all, I'm going to tell you the general fact that so there are many porn actors and porn actresses appearing to porn videos uploaded, for example, uploaded to Pornhub. But actually, so so there are some porn actresses who do not show their own faces, or who hide their or who conceal their own faces, and that is because so it's really embarrassing. Or they would feel ashamed, or they would feel shame if they show their own faces to the screens of porn videos. So which is why some porn actresses, or many porn actresses do not show their own faces. And this is a fact, which is what I'm. The fact is what I'm going to talk about. So this is I have told you this fact for confirming for reminding you of that there is such a general fact, and which means, so if you come to appear to, or if you are chosen to be a cast of porn videos, so so some of you may feel like hiding your own faces, or some of you feel like concealing, or some of you do not want. Some of you who do not like to, so show your own faces when it comes to, for example, so you are going to appear to, or you are going to have sexual intercourse for creating porn videos, and you are the cast and the victim. So in such a hypothetical situation, your figures, or yourselves are going to be captured in the form of porn videos, and so those porn videos are going to be edited, and so finally those porn videos are going to be uploaded to Pornhub, or they are going to, some porn videos may be sold in other types of platforms, so that those porn videos are going to be monetized. But actually, so which is why, anyway, so for avoiding many risks, or for avoiding many social risks, some porn actors and some porn actresses do not show their own faces, which is a general fact. There is such a fact. So please remember this fact. And so how this is related to Guns, Germs, and Steel. So I'm sorry. So I have noticed that this topic is quite a difficult one, and that is because I have to. I realized that I have to tell you. I have to tell you the the summary of guns, jams, and steel. So so if you do, why I chose this book is because that so why to start with why I read this book is because so there's a famous Japanese entrepreneur whose name is Hiroyuki Nishimura, and he recommended or or there's a web page in which he recommended that book. So which is why I read that book. So before reading his recommendation, I read that book when I was a student, and after which, so after becoming an office worker, so I read that book again. So I read that book in English language, and anyway, so telling you that, so roughly telling you the summary of that book. So this is another fact that so this world is, or not this world, so the social system is what I'm going to talk about. The social system on the earth is created by, or not created by, or created based on the system which is created by Western European people, and including how should I say? I thought how to call to America's countries anyway. So offshore. Wait a moment, please. So offshore. There was such a word for calling those American countries, Northern American countries, and anyway, Canada and United America are one of those Western European. One of the, those two North American countries or North American countries are companies or friends of so West European countries offshore Americas. I think by doing which it's possible to get some information not offshore offshoot I think is a suitable word. Anyway. I'm sorry, I couldn't find out that's suitable word. Anyway, so if you so why I try to find out this word is because those two North American countries are created by West European white people, and which in it says, and so those two are those two Northern American countries are governed by white people whose ancestors are from some West European countries. So thinking about which, so this and other countries of colored people, for those the general system, or the political system, or the economic system of so Western European countries, and those American countries, those North American countries. So in it says the social system, or the political, including the political system, and or mainly the political system, and the economic system are created by the systems of Western European people and America and American white people anyway. So and the cause was what created such a situation, was what created such a social structure was the structure of the earth is based on no. What created such a social system is the is the differences of environments on theirs. Not because and what created such a difference is such a difference, like so every system in Canada countries are created based on the basis of Western systems. It's not the supremacies, it's not the supremacies of so white people in terms of genes or the DNAs. I'm sorry for my complicated explanation. So there's an idea that so white people or Western white people as superior to us. They are the most excellent people over compared to the rest of the colored people, there's such an idea. So telling you some words for easily understanding for easily understanding my explanation. So white supremacy is really a suitable words for explaining such an idea. So there are some white people who have such ideas of white supremacy or white supremacism, and so that book. So what is that book is so Guns, Germs and Steel. Guns, Germs and Steel is written by Mr. Jared Diamond, and according to that book, so such a fact stems from the environmental differences, not the differences of genetics superiority or inferiority. I don't know. So wait a moment, please. I have to. So I have to check out. So the dictionary, because I'm a native speaker of English language. Superiority. I think this is yeah. So I used dictionary, knowing that what I have spoken about is a correct English. This is a kind of just a confirmation. So which is why I have known actually I have known there's such a noun. So superiority, and so I don't know whether this pronunciation is correct, but actually this pronunciation is almost correct. And in another word, it's inferiority. Yeah, inferiority. Anyway, so not because so what I was talking about is the difference of gene or genetic difference, which was what I'm talking about. So according to the book whose name is Guns, Germs and Steel. So white people, it's not that is so it's not the differences of it's not the differences of genes, or it's not the genetic differences between white people and colored people, but the differences of environments of habitats in which white people and colored people live in. So so it's like so white people white people live in European area, and other colored people live in, for example, African area or African continent, and Chinese area, and Australian continent, and some indigenous people live in some indigenous colored people live in American continent, and so those continents and those areas have different environments or different environmental conditions which are different to each other. So which such a differences created that social structure, which means that social structure is that so the social systems of colored people are created based on based on the systems or the social systems of white people or Western European people. So and such a system is, there's such a structure, and the cause of that social structure is the differences of environment or differences of habitat or habitats habitat of those white people and colored people. Anyway, so that roughly telling you so the summary the summary of that book, the story goes like that. And so so of course the story in that book is a bit more complicated. So why such a thing happens is that so I don't know how to say this, but actually so there are some people who have kept their hunter gatherer societies until now, or until the time of modern era, or until the time of a few hundred years ago. There are some indigenous people who have kept the lifestyles of hunter gatherers for really a considerably long time. And whilst there, so for example, I think it's fine to call this one as a Kickstarter of expansion or development of human societies. But actually, according to that book, so it's agriculture, or it's how should I say, plant production or food production or farming, which are, well, agriculture. Please imagine agriculture on which food is produced based on farms or by farmers, and which enable the producing food, or agriculture enabled food production, and which is why there became some people could feed on those produced food without working as a farmers. So which means, by such a food production, so bureaucrats, or the occupations or the jobs of bureaucrats and troops or soldiers are born, or such occupations other than farmers are given birth to thanks to the fruition, or thanks to the birth of food production by agriculture, and which enabled so create lunches, or how should I say, so domestication, which enabled such an agriculture enabled to domesticate animals. So which is how animals feed on sometimes some types of grasses, and some animals are herbivorous. And so which is why, by doing it, roughly saying, bureaucracies are born thanks to food production, and which is why, so chiefdoms and states or countries are born thanks to the developments which was instigated by food production in the form of agriculture. Roughly saying that the summary of that book, that story goes in such a manner, and that book has some explanation in each major continent, And so so by applying it, so so this doesn't end on this phase, but actually, so by using what is written in that book titled Guns, Germs, and Steel. So it's possible to say that so it's the environment of those porn stars or those porn actresses and porn actors which forced those porn actors and the porn actresses to hide their own faces. So why I'm saying why I'm saying this is because so as I wrote in the section conclusion, so to enable them to show their own faces, human societies have to change. So which means this is I'm sorry this story is really complicated. So to enable or to so those actresses or porn actors do not show their own faces. That is because they would feel uncomfortable, or they would feel embarrassed, or they would feel bad about their showing their own faces, or they would feel shame. And that is because human societies do not accept porn videos. Of course, I enjoy porn videos, and if you're a man, you enjoy porn videos. I know that. But actually, so if there are some acquaintances who participate in so capturing or making porn videos, you may have bad impressions against those acquaintances. So that is because human societies, almost all human societies have such a social moods or such a social atmospheres. So which is against the benefits, or which is against those porn stars or porn actors or porn actresses. So doing it, which is why it's necessary. I think what I'm telling you is that it's necessary, or it's necessary to change such social atmospheres. Also, the general idea of each human society, which is what I'm telling you. And to change such ideas, I'd like you to change your own ideas from prohibiting your own your own acquaintances from prohibiting your from I'd like you to change your own ideas. And if your present idea is that you need to prevent your own acquaintances from showing their own faces. So I'd like you to change such an idea to accept. I'd like you to, which means so I'd like you to accept those I'd like you to accept that those acquaintances showing their own faces on the screens of porn videos, which is what I'd like you to do. I'm sorry for my bad explanation. That is because I'm a native speaker of English language. So which is why I have spoken about this topic for taking really a long time. So which is why this time I wrote this conclusion in which the conclusion is to enable them to show their own faces. I mean, so to enable those casts of porn videos to show their own faces, human societies have to change. So which is because so if you ask some porn actresses or porn actors that so if you have some question and ask that question, and if that question is why do you hide your own faces, if you ask such questions to those porn stars, and so you may get some ideas. For example, they wouldn't like to be identified, or they wouldn't like to be, they would feel shame. They would feel ashamed, or they would feel ashamed if they show their own faces. As if you can get such ideas as if their own free will their own decisions, or their, like, they have the, you I think you have those that, those porn actresses decided to hide their own faces based on their own free wills. But actually, so just like what that book Guns, Germs, and Steel says. So, there's a cause of lying in human societies, and, the fact that those casts of porn videos hide their own faces is a kind of problem, and the reason why such problem occurs, or has occurred is because, so many members of every human society thinks that, or find porn videos really bad or really nasty. So which is right. So, the atmosphere, the social atmosphere, or the psychological atmosphere or mood against, or, or against porn videos, or against, creating porn videos are created. So which is why, so, such atmospheres, or such social moods are created, such a social moods or social atmospheres against, or, so, so having negative impressions on, porn works, or porn videos are created because, every member in every human society has such a so negative impression, or bad idea, so, against those, so create against those businesses of creating porn videos. So which is why, so, so anyway, so I'm sorry for my taking your long time. So, but actually, so which is why, roughly saying, we need to change our own thoughts, which is what I'd like you to know this time. And so how to change is that, we should accept people creating porn videos, capturing themselves. And so which is why, so, if creating porn videos becomes, if creating porn videos becomes usual, or ordinary, something ordinary. So, they may feel like, or they may feel like, showing their own faces, or they don't have to feel any reluctance in showing their own faces. So they may, for now they are, or so far they are reluctant to show their own faces, but actually, so, or to start with, they have chosen not to show their own faces to the viewers of their porn videos. But actually, if we can change, and if we accept there are such ordinary people who want to appear to porn videos, so they may be easily able to show their own faces. So which is how, the qualities of porn videos may be raised. Which is what I'd like you to know. So which is what I'd like you to know. So, I'm sorry for I'm a little bit tired today. So I took really a long time. So I'm creating erotic collages. So, there's nothing else to speak of this time. So I don't know whether, not I don't know. So there's nothing I need to talk about this time today. So, I was, before starting this recording, I was listening to some horror stories. So I like horror stories, and, I frequently, well, not recently. So, anyway, so sometimes I feel like watching, or I feel like listening to some horror stories and so telling you my preference. So I really like horror stories. I don't want to witness ghosts, but actually recently I have felt sleep paralysis, but actually so apart from which I have not experienced such supernatural stuff, or so I haven't experienced such supernatural stuff except for the recent sleep paralysis. Anyway, that was blue bomber, by the way. And the mixture with milk was not so bad. So anyway, I like this. So I need to maybe concentrate on my work. It's possible to create so pictures with captions or erotic collages, but actually so listen by listening to music, or by concentrating only, or by focusing only on what I'm doing is really efficient for me. Speaking while creating is really it's possible to, but actually it's difficult sometimes for me. And to start with, what I'm speaking is a non-native language, and my mother tongue is Japanese. So which is why so it's really difficult for me to speak English while creating adult contents anyway. So which is why maybe I should tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode before ending this episode. And the title is "Some porn stars hide their own faces because of the environments according to the Guns, Germs and Steel." And the conclusion is, to enable them to show their own faces, human societies have to change. And I'm thinking of I'm going to write the link of Guns, Germs and Steel on the description column of this episode. So which means if you get interested in that book, so that book has no writing, or that book has no section writing about porn contents or porn videos. So please make sure this one. So that book does not have any part writing about porn videos. So please be careful about this. And so, but actually, so I'm thinking of writing, or I'm going to write the link of Guns, Germs and Steel in the description column of this episode. So if you get interested in, or if you are interested in that book, please take a look at the description column of this episode, so that you can access that book written by Mr. Jared Diamond. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you. Offshoot, which is what I was looking for. So offshoot means, so United States, Canada, and other Latin American countries which had been colonies of West European countries. So America and Canada had been colonies of Great United Kingdom anyway. So which is why they are sometimes those countries of previous which were previously colonies of Western European countries are often called offshoots. So which is why it's possible to call America. It's fine to say that America is an offshoot of United Kingdom, and Canada is an offshoot of United Kingdom, and those two countries are called offshoots from United Kingdom. It's fine to, so not it's fine, but actually it's possible to call those American countries in such a manner using offshoots.